I'm doing great. I want to believe in real life that you go around spouting movie lines night and day, and that you are such a huge movie buff that that's what you do. But
right.
We know that TV sometimes is not what we see in
yes.
real. But
yeah.
when you see those on the script, the first time you read them, do they ever pop into your mind before you find out?
Well, for instance, we had to do one from The Road Warrior. I had to do Humongous from Road Warrior. And when I read it, I have not seen The Road Warrior since 1982 or whenever it came out. And I sat there walking around my trailer going, I assume Humongous would sound something like this. And so I went on YouTube and pulled it up, and yeah, Humongous did sound something like that. So you can actually sort of bluff your way through them. Anytime I have to do like an impression of a person, like a Bogey or something like that, or Chris Walken, or then that requires a little bit of work. And then some of them actually just are accidental, and they just come out while we're shooting. The Jack Nicholson really comes out the most accidentally.
Yeah. Now, if DiNozzo today could time travel in the DeLorean back to the first day of NCIS and talk to DiNozzo then, what advice would he give him?
Stay away from the craft service table.
Pretty much it, yeah.
Because it's much harder to lose it at 41 than it is at 34.
You're preaching to the choir right
God,
here.
What is it with metabolism?
I don't know. I don't know.
Invent a pill. Notice to whoever. I wouldn't do anything really differently. I'm just a very lucky guy right now. Personally and professionally, I feel very fortunate, very centered, and very on it. So I think I would just go back in time and say, you're on course.
Yeah.
Don't mess it up.
Now, we got some musical background in some of the cast members, including yourself. Could we possibly have an NCIS musical episode, or maybe a jam session?
Oh, I think that would be a lot of fun.
I mean, Ducky. I mean, David, Paley, and
yeah. Remember Bo Bridges and Jeff Bridges in Fabulous Baker Boys?
He's a movie quote. Look at this.
Right? I'd love to do. I'd love to go by and find Tony playing in some dive bar somewhere. Yeah. And nobody knows that that's his little. Because he doesn't date. I mean, the poor guy's got to be about as lonely as you get. We did learn this year that he sleeps in a Barca lounger in front of a giant television screen, just watching movies all the time. He goes to sleep to movies, he wakes up to movies.
Now, the give smack to the back of the head, it actually, my friends of mine actually call it the DiNozzo, and they do it to their kid when he screws up. I mean, it's kind of a national pastime now. Is it just for camera? Does it ever go too far with the smacking, or is Mark Harmon truly just an evil man that just likes to beat you up?
No. He's the opposite of an evil man. Mark is one of the great bosses that I've ever had, and is certain in my life is a true mentor and has been really helpful to me. But the slap is real, and I have deserved it in the past. I think Mark always feels reluctant, reticent to give me the smack, even if I deserve it. But you should know that it was born out of a real situation that was not scripted, where I was goofing around and Mark just slapped the back of my head.
You mess with Dad. Thanks so much.
All right, yeah.
Bye-bye.